So the story I was just telling. What was the transition? What did I miss?
No. Mallory was just like this the whole time, and
Oh.
then when you were like 2, 1, she went.
Ah!
This complete shift on her face.
No.
It was beautiful.
Doxy wanted me to share the story with everybody. So listen.
Well, while you do that, I'm just gonna go grab
I will
water.
signal you when it is safe.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So, chat had voted yay. You may actually use a luck die on that 12 right there.
Do it.
Oh my golly. That is a big change. Holy boy. So yeah, you 16, Jesus. So he says this to them, and honestly, it's one of those things where you don't think that, like, there's like a silence when he says this, and you don't really hear a response, and you're probably like slowly climbing up the other side, and you like stop because you're like, oh shit, what's about to happen? And then you hear him say, don't you want to go and, capture her? If you do something like that, couldn't that earn you freedom sooner? Like, couldn't you earn freedom if you actually get like a merit along the way? And you can actually hear one of the guards say, we should go. And the other one's like, yeah, thanks for the tip. And they go and walk off the boat. Actually walk out. So you come climbing up, like pretty much they leave. And a couple seconds later, you climb over the edge, much to his surprise that, like, oh, you're right there. He says, if you do want me to go and find other sailors, it's going to take a little bit more time.
Or you could run away with me.
Yeah, I'm honestly
You'll
thinking
be in
that
trouble.
yeah, I think we're on the same page with this one.
Sorry to have put you in that position, but you will have a much happier life if you come with me.
I suppose we should see who's here. And like you go below deck and you find out that there's again 2 deckhands that are here. They're able to, handle some basic stuff, so on and so forth. And the Amber is in fact down there. Now, this Amber, when you had met with them prior, did you ever collect a name for them, Doxy? Are they under your poi?
I don't think so, no. I will check my personal poi.
Personal poi. Actually, oh wait, it's not Seldvin. That wasn't Frederick Seldvin. That was the what's his name? So I will allow.
Soldier. It's the horny Jovan soldier is who that was.
Correct. So what I'm gonna do is whose birthday is it? Oh, I was gonna say, I'll take that person's. I'll take that person's. First of all, happy birthday. I'll take that person's name. I can't. Hey, my name is Death Dealer.
Maury.
Maury. Sure. Mm-hmm. Maury.
M-O-R-I.
Remember, it's an amber, so they have to have a stone name first or last. So Maury, what's their last name? Quartz. Bam. Doxy decided their name. Maury Quartz. Like I was I can't do the voice, but need more Maury Quartz. Cowbell. No. Bad joke. Moving on.
Stop. Just stop while you're at.
So, moving on. So when you go and you see the Amber there, they'll look to you and say, I think it is time that we choose to depart.
Absolutely.
It seems like they're balanced between Amulta and Yovance is kind of coming to a breaking point, and considering my house is based out of Amulta, I'd rather be home than be here. I don't want to be putting myself into harm's way.
Let's get you there. I have a decent idea of where my men have gone. We will meet, get them on this boat, and we will leave.
Well, the first things first is we're going to have to, when you leave the docks, I spent a considerable amount of time with the dockmaster herself. I know good patterns and whatnot that the other boats move in. So, and I can identify boats by sight fairly well. So if I have a means of seeing them, I should know which boat is yours fairly easily. It's just a matter of getting out to where they are. So you, what you're going to want to do when we leave here is we're going to head straight out because around here, it's a little too shallow. Once we get out into the greater part of the lake, we're going to need to move. After your companions left, though, a couple of the soldiers joined with guards on their patrol boats, and they did go out after them. Hopefully that they're, I don't know how good of sailors your companions are.
Not great.
Then let's just hope that they're smart. There's other ways that they can get themselves out of harm's way.
I'm the smart one, but they do have some secret weapons.
Well, we're not going to be able to outpace those boats. The boat that we're in now is designed for speed, but it's speed on a river. This isn't designed for staying on the lake as well as it is designed for a river. We're going to want to get off of it for a couple of reasons. They're going to look for it. They're going to come for us. My suggestion...
We have to get cracking.
Of course. Well, shouldn't we plan our approach before we get going?
Sailing takes a while. You can explain while we go.
Ah, yes, that's right. I suppose we should get started. And he goes and starts trying to help.
Me too.
He's like me helping with sailing. Not good at it.
Oh, don't worry. The soldier that's with you guys too. He's that soldier like the he's not a sailor either. He's willing to.
Sorry, nothing. You finish.
No, I'm done. I finished. Believe me.
I would have taken his hands in my hands for that whole conversation and been smiling and sincere and like, stop talking. We have to go. Affectionately, we must leave and live.
It is important to note that while he is like one of the deckhands, like, all right, can you grab that rope and pull it? Like, yes, of course. And he goes over and he's like pulling the rope, but he's like still like pulling the rope, but like trying to maintain conversation. You know, one of those like, can I do something somewhere else so he stops talking to me? How's that the time? So for you guys to get out of there, to pull away, let's just say it is a lot of effort is put into it. Doxy, how helpful are you in this?
As helpful as I can be, but I'll be vocal too. So if I fuck something up, I'll be like, help here, fuck it up.
Sailing is a dexterity check.
Okay. Can I argue for riding since I'm riding a boat?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, I wish, because then I would be able to roll that as well.
The fact that you guys all chose a focus in riding is just so funny. At least I haven't killed any of your horses in this campaign, have I?
No, not yet. So. But to be fair, Chrysalin and Oscar are both human. You get riding. Or another skill, which I think was swimming. So hilariously, I have both now. But yeah, you get either riding or swimming as a default thing. So, Doxy, you actually are able to be helpful in trying to get out of there. As for your amber friend and whether or not they're able to be helpful, 3d6. There we go.
I honestly imagine Chrysalin has spent some time on like fantasy yachts and has been able to observe.
Well, I imagine much like as the kind of people that you choose to spend your time with, maybe doing the whole, oh, come here, sweetie, I'll show you how it's done.
Yeah.
Like oh, yeah,
sure.
Oh, look at that, yeah. That whole thing. Because, that was uncomfortable for all of us to
listen to.
listen
Allow me to guide your hands as
Yeah.
I sneak up behind you and place my abnormally large belly on your buttocks for resting purposes because I am tired.
Well, so you play pool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you stop narrating my life?
Sorry, Josh. I forgot that was an intimate moment between us.
Hold on, wait.
Keep that.
Josh, to be clear, as I place my abnormally large belly under your buttocks.
Oh, why?
So I a little misnomer.
Hey, you don't know which one of our bellies it was. My belly has gotten larger since you and I last saw each other, Scott. So,
anyways, so we I did refunds that aid of the martyr, just so you know, Oklo. Continuing. So Doxy, he tries to help. As you can clearly see, he's not very helpful. But nonetheless, they are looking to get out of there. They're looking to take off and leave. You have a bit of a head start. As you finally get away, the Amber does have an idea. It's actually a really good idea for how it is you guys can get away with getting caught. See, what their plan is to not tell you until we have to find out what these boys are going to do. Because,
Okay.
we can't skew the material
Yeah,
here.
we've been on me for over an hour. We can probably switch to the other two.
Stamina is my focus.
I had snacks. I had water. Fine. I'm good.
You guys, what do you, there's boats behind you. It's one of those things where I believe there's literally an RP moment where he's like, but as for that, and you're like, there's a boat behind us, isn't there? Yeah.
Yep.
So
all right.
Before we handle that exact situation, rewind.
Mm-hmm.
You were handling that situation beforehand with the them, and everything else that had transpired since then, where you guys could be kind of separated. What's his name? Laszlo hasn't had an opportunity to have a conversation with this man, whose name you still haven't taken.
Correct.
Which is fine. Laszlo wasn't there for the interrogation where his fingers were dislocated, but he didn't seem to care. He wasn't there for any of that. But he of course did come on like after that point where you went and grabbed him, like, we need to go. And you literally, he wrapped his arms. I'm sorry, Josh, you weren't there to stop this. Apparently what you did was you koala hugged him from behind as he climbed down a cliff face.
True.
That's about right. That's
okay.
about right.
So you were on top of my shoulders, and then you.
I mean, we've done some weird shit before
Yeah.
when we were trying to find Griselle that one time.
True. Yeah, it's true. Weirdly enough, I feel like Laszlo and Oscar could really easily do a buddy cop comedy. I mean, like it could really work. And we were pitching it to the networks next week. But anyways,
my mind, of course, immediately goes to the cliffs of insanity. You know what I mean? So, of course.
Yeah.
Overrated movie.
You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. I have fond memory. The first time I saw that movie was in a retro theater in Cambridge with my hipster uncle who had long hair, and I'm pretty sure he used to smoke pot back then, okay? It was awesome. There weren't commercials. They were cartoons.
Dad,
So
can we get back to the game?
so cool. So cool. I have very fond memories. Let's go.
So is his fingers like weird
Anybody want a
angles?
peanut?
no, I relocated them.
Oh, okay.
So they might be a little swollen, probably, but you probably can't tell. He's got big honkers, anyways. So,
all right. Am I in the room with him, or did I just get on?
We're on a
board?
boat.
So you're on a boat. Yeah. But more or less, you're
and-
kind of like flashing back. This isn't quite the scenario that's literally just transpired where they had a conversation upstairs. So you're kind of like elsewhere and this doesn't have to be a super long conversation, but Oscar's not a part of it. I don't know how much Oscar would have filled you in on this guy's story anyway. So you can literally be like, hey, because you guys had a fun experience last time you saw each other. So
Yeah. Laszlo would just look at him and go, "You're very talented."
I think you just had the wrong training.
Yeah. I've never seen that type of magic before. Where'd you learn?
Not here. And it's not that strange of magic. Everybody keeps talking about magic like it's so funny, like it's so different. It's not that different. It's just you use the wrong kind. Know your opponent before you strike.
So did you know I had an affinity to electricity before you came to the house, or was that just a good guess?
I didn't know you had an affinity toward electricity, but I knew you were going to be in the house, which is why I sealed it up. Smoked
Yes, that
you
was
out.
clever. That was clever. So, why are you working with the parent?
Because they said yes. I already told your friend this.
Sorry, my world was rocked recently.
I chuckle. Ha ha ha. He does not.
I'm imagining I'm still bruised. I fell like 3 times in that combat. So I'm imagining it's been a while since I had a fight with someone that was so intense. Thanks to Crisellen. I think that's I know. That's the only reason I'm here. I don't know what you mean by yes, but do you have actual loyalty to them or just duty?
I have loyalty to my people.
I get that. I feel the same way. I'm working with the Malta because they can help me do what I need to do.
Funny they said yes to you, considering you're the enemy. But I suppose enemies closer and whatnot.
Yeah, they didn't want to. I gave up everything for them to say yes.
I ain't giving up shit. I need everything I got.
Yeah, life would have been easier if I didn't. I'd probably be dead, though. So you can attack us in the back if anything goes on? Or can we trust that when we let you go, you'll just go your way?
You gotta give me reason to?
No, I don't want to kill you. If I did, you'd be dead.
I have no intention, considering we're all surviving because of each other right now. I consider my debt paid.
Okay. Is he tied up?
No. He broke out with you guys, helped you get here, so on and so forth. And you would know this part, Josh. The reason why he says I consider my debt paid, he's the one that told the guards that, because he identified what's his name as being a Maltese, so he assumed all of you were. So he told the guards, you realize they're from a Malta, right? So, but then he gave you a heads up about that. Not you, but them. A heads up about that, which is why he's saying, I consider my debt paid. Because more or less like, hey, I kind of squealed you out, but then I saved you. You know?
All right. I'd be interested to learn more about your magics later, if you want, and I could show you some of mine. I don't think magic should be restrained to regions or people.
Again, I think it's funny that you think they're so different. The only difference being, I was born with it. Were you born?
No.
Then there's a difference.
Yeah.
But I'm not the only one. There are many people up here born with magic.
Yes, but it's different how you view it, how you feel it, how you touch it, how you see it. I've already seen the difference between the Arcane Congress and the way the Maltese interact with magic. It's more intimate, the Maltese. It's more fluid. I don't think we have time for this. I should go find out what's going on with Oscar. Thank you for whatever help you're going to give us. I appreciate it.
I'd just rather not drown. He says, you know, as you guys like the boat rocks. Rock the boat, baby.
Yeah. All right, so I'll head to wherever Oscar is. Turn around and he's right there or something.
Oscar's right there.
Just hear the Michael Myers sound in the background.
Copyright it.
Yeah.
Well, since it's a boat thing, can we do like like?
Sure. Yeah.
No.
You want me to be Jaws from Bond or from the shark movie?
With like a spear, too, like
under the water.
It would probably be the shield, just poking up. Yeah. I'd probably, I don't know. I'm around.
I'll be right back 1 second. So sorry.
All right. So I'll just walk up and go, what's the plan?
Not die.
Okay.
So far, Oscar will kind of like, where are we right now at this point, Scott?
So the boat had so this is again, we can jump back to the future. We can ignore the Laszlo thing.
Sure.
So jump back to the future. You just finished your conversation that we had at the end of last session.
Yeah, and the boat's behind us.
And you guys notice that there's a boat, you're being chased. It's not like it's like, oh no, it's right there. It's one of those like,
yeah,
those
there's
boats
definitely
are,
a ship coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You're asking me what the plan is?
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine like it's one of those things where you probably hear like maybe like a stomp of the foot from Oscar as he notices the boat to get your attention and maybe whoever else might be below deck upstairs. So you hear like a boom boom over your head and you come running upstairs. So again, jumping back to the future, Josh, to be clear, maybe like an hour or so in the future. You hear that and you come overhead and you might run over, see what he's seeing and ask literally, what's the plan?
Well, not die. There are boats coming. Is it clear that there's quite a few troops on them at this point? I mean, I can assume that anyway. I don't even need to see that. Never mind. It's just there were troops. We know there are troops. They're definitely going to be on the boat. There are definitely going to be troops on that boat.
How far away are they?
Why don't you roll me a perception check?
I'll add on to that because I'm looking as well.
So, with your 15 and your 14, both you guys are able to succeed. Do you want to take that as degrees of success?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So between the two of you, guys are able to notice, we'll actually say it's Oscar that looks at the boat. And he's like, just looking at the way that people are standing on there, what you know of Yovant's military structure, so on and so forth, to the best of your ability. You're looking and you're like, I'm pretty sure there's like a good 25 soldiers on that boat, which is fine until Laszlo says, well, if there's 25 on that boat, there's probably 25 on that one too. And gestures towards a second boat that's also coming.
All right. What kind of weapons do we have on the ship, if any?
So one of the deckhands says, you're holding them. Another one's like, well, there's that too. And gestures towards you guys do have a light ballista on the boat.
I have a question. I look to the sorcerer. Is he around?
Yeah, he literally was in a conversation.
Okay. How far can you target something with the turn it to stone thing?
I can't turn wood to stone.
But can you surround it?
Let me think for a second. And he's kind of like, because he's used a lot of magic.
He hasn't rested.
He hasn't rested. He thinks for a moment.
Did we rest? Did we rest?
You did.
Yeah,
you
we did.
actually the only one that got a full rest. Yeah.
He's been in an interrogation.
Oh, thank God, I had 3 HP. Oh,
No. So he was interrogated like the whole night, right? So
okay.
Yeah.
So you got a full rest. They did not, to be clear.
Yeah.
So he's like, I might be able to make the range, but I don't know if I have enough left in me to do it.
Okay.
What's the range on that light ballista, by the way?
Light ballistas have a pretty diesel range.
Well, we're desperate. I'm gonna pull out the chest.
Okay.
That's a
and put it on the deck, and I'll just look to.
When you do that, when you pull it out, actually, and I imagine you're gonna be looking to him anyways. When you pull it out, what's his face there? The sorcerer is like, the hell is that? It's literally you pull this little icon and a chest just appears before you like it was always there.
Lady Winifred's favor, and I'll reach into the light side.
So you're gonna try to, but
I'm gonna try to. Yes.
It's a 75% chance to succeed. Low is bad.
All right, D100.
That's good. That's a 77. Right. That's good.
Okay. So you do roll into the light side. Come to the light side. Waiting for that to go. Give for me a moment, please. Give for me a moment, please.
Does Oscar react when I do this in front of everybody?
Oscar is currently just assessing the potential threats in our current trajectory. He's actually in military mode right now, so no, he doesn't, not in the same way that he would normally. Oscar's actually paying pretty close attention to everything else and not really paying attention to what you're doing. He notices, don't get me wrong, but he's not like paying it any specific mind right now. He's trusting your judgment.
What you pull out is strange. It's you pull out the small thing. It feels like almost like its texture is almost spongy. It's about the size of, I'm trying to think of like the pit of a peach or something like that, right? but it's not a perfect sphere by any stretch of the imagination. It's softer.
Beauty blender?
It's a bit softer, almost like an overripe stick with a peach, right? And it's like it's like squishy. It's one of those things where as you're squishing it, it almost seems like it's filled with something on the inside. You don't know what's inside of it, but you can definitely feel like almost like there's like some sort of liquid or slushy kind of, maybe even viscous material inside there. But even as you're touching the thing, it seems to not quite secrete, but definitely has like a bit of a film to it. So you can almost like it feels like there's something on your hands.
Like oily or
oily, but also a little sticky as well. You know what I mean? Because oil is quite slick, also a little sticky too. You know what I mean? So it definitely has some feeling
on a beauty blender.
Doxy, I'm just gonna roll this on my face. You know what I mean?
You gotta clean it between uses, guys. It's not good. No. I'll look to Oscar and I'll say, Oscar, should I risk again?
You can also try to identify what that is, because obviously you have your powers. It's not how long it takes.
But I think it takes 10 minutes in this version. It's pretty long.
Sailing takes a while.
It takes 1 minute. It takes 1 minute.
We'll have 1 minute.
Should I try again? Remember the warning. I could step back and I'll step back and gesture. You could always try. I don't want to push Lady Winterfell's.
No, and Oscar actually just will walk over and he's going to reach in.
Just reaching randomly?
Well, aiming ideally for the light side as much as possible. He's noticed that is what everyone else has been doing. So
my skin feels really good. Suki.
Do me a favor, roll me a D100, please, sir.
And I'm going to identify while he's doing that.
Yeah.
Cool. Can you do me a favor? Can you roll me a second D100?
44.
Cool. So you reach into the thing and you start trying to pull something into it. You do grasp something and you do pull it out. However, as you're like reaching in and grasping whatever this is and starting to pull it out, you feel that there's a huge surge that comes from this thing as you're reaching into it. Like you reach in, grab. Okay, cool. You pulling. There's like a surge that comes from the chest itself. It literally fills your body with so much energy, so much vigor. You can actually feel yourself, all your injuries that are on you, you can literally feel them healing. You actually feel yourself healing. Like all like you can literally, like, all those wounds feel like they're closing. But then the surge continues to push. It continues to fill yourself as you're pulling this thing out. And this happens like so fast. It's like too quick for you to really react to. You're like, oh, it's so as like more and more energy starts being pushed into you, and you can literally feel your skin ripping. You can feel your body surging as too much life is pushed into you. You can actually see parts of your body are like ripping open and light is coming out of it. I need you to do me a favor and roll me, and you're going to like this one, a Constitution, but let me see if there's a focus for it. Save. It's going to be a Constitution save. I guess this is going to be stamina, which makes you happy. And
that does make me
do
happy.
You have any focuses or any class abilities that will give you a resistance to the magic, or no?
So yeah, I'm at the point where I have reduced spell power of any spell targeting me by 2.
Okay, so that doesn't apply here. Roll your stamina check.
Just as a note, if I can re-roll my stamina test and take the better result, so I'll be rolling twice.
Cool. Roll.
16, and then we'll take the second one potentially. No, we'll take the first one. You know what? Just because this seems like I could explode, I'm gonna roll luck. Just safety first. 19.
Okay, 19. Not only do you actually resist the pain that comes there, literally just your sheer force of will, just your sheer, like your might, your power, your even the innate magical protections that have kind of appeared on you because they're practices that you, Laszlo, and a little friend were able to do. That ripping in your skin actually seals up by the power of what's tearing open your skin. You rip your arm out of there, you actually feel such a huge surge of life in your body right now. you were jazzed. I mean, like you downed like 4 Monster energy drinks or whatever. Like you were so jazzed up and you're feeling so virile right now too. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you were
I must take a woman.
Crystalline!
Does that heal me at all? I'm down 6 hit points presently.
No. You're not just healed. You have 50% over your health.
I'm sorry, I am how much over my health?
50% greater than your current health pool.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. So 32 points over my current health pool.
Yes.
That's a lot of temp HP. That's a lot
Yes.
of
Go
temp
fight
HP.
him alone. Jesus.
And you know that while you're so jazzed up like this right now, it's like you're containing it by your sheer force of might and will, but it's not without tax. Like it hurts to do, but it's one of those things just like, oh, it hurts so good. Like a good workout, like a really good workout. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. I'm at 98 health, guys.
Yep.
That's scary. That's not okay.
I kind of wish you could touch the sorcerer so that I could just
make him feel better.
Something.
Oh man.
Because I had an idea that like if you shot the ballista and he turns it to stone on the or surrounds it with stone on the way, it'd be like boulders. But all right.
You also have had something put onto you. Hold on, I actually, funny enough, had that link up already for a different person. It is, let me see if I can find the rules for it. There you are. Josh, do me a favor. I'm not looking. No, sorry, not Josh, you. What's your face?
Yeah, me. Yes, me.
Will, do me a favor. Roll me a 3d6 and tell me the result. Higher is better for this.
It's not great. It's 8.
That's not bad. That just means, hold on. Okay. That just means 2. That just means 2 is all that means. I'm trying to find it. There you are. So here it is. Not any. Here we go. Improved. You have been infused with raw life force, and whenever you're healed by a positive energy effect, including all cure spells like from Doxy, you regain additional number of hit points equal to your total hit die, so your level. You also get a +4. So not for this. So more or less, if you were like dying and needed to make any saves to like resist dying from like injury or whatever, you're gonna have some big boons to that, right? But however, due to the deeper infusion of that plane into your body, you can also call upon it to restore yourself or others. All that additional health that you have on you, you can actually use that to restore somebody else, or as a last-ditch effort after it's like kind of like embedded itself deeper into you because you've lost it off the surface of you. You can actually call upon a one-time boom heal of yourself. Do me a favor to recognize this. I want you to roll me an Arcana, like a knowledge.
Arcana lore
check. Thank you. To like understand the magics that are flowing through you.
16.
Do you want to luck that, or are you good?
I think I'm content with the 16 here.
You actually know that you can heal like a considerable amount of health, like for as like a one big boom with this if you wanted to, but it would probably remove all of the additional health off of your body. You could also do other things too, like remove other effects, like if somebody happened to be like poisoned or something like that at the moment, or even if somebody was like permanently blind, or even if they had like a disease racking their body, maybe even you could cure paralysis with something like this. Like just as a one big like boom, you know, you could do like a big like Jesus moment. Yeah. Until it diffuses off of you.
Can you fix my eyes? Fix my eyes.
That's a good question. Can I?
No, he can't. I don't have them anymore. They're different.
Well,
They just are somewhere in the garbage.
yeah.
Fucking withered.
So some rat is sitting there.
It's fair. No, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay. Fucking weird, bud. All right.
Right.
I don't know what to do with this.
I mean, it is a good time to have an extra pool of health.
Yeah.
Where's that Captain Amulta image? I want to look at that real quick.
It's always in there.
Can we convert Captain Amulta image into being like a Jesus image? Can we get like the Jesus like halo behind
Can you
him?
walk on water? Just run over to the other ship.
You can swim real fast. But
Josh,
no.
you lose. You just lose. You lose everything.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
All right. I will identify while he's doing that. I mean, it takes a minute, so I'm gonna start it. 22.
Oh.
Okay.
Boy. Degrees of success right there, right? So, yeah.
No, I mean, unless you
What do you
that, because I can make it free.
Oh, yeah, please. You need your mana. You had full rest, but you need your mana right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that only takes 2 to make it free.
No, let me correct you, Joey. Jake was Jesus. Just saying. Can you? How's your Australian accent? Well,
Not good.
I
have Australian citizenship too, so it's really embarrassing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You are. What you identify off of this thing, you realize, similar to the seed of life that you had beforehand, which seemed to have infused something that you put it into with life. This is actually already teeming with life. When I say teeming with life, I mean there is literally, who knows? You honestly couldn't even hope to count how many life forms happen to exist inside this. It seems to be like a one big, almost imagine like a cyst that you're holding, just filled with a ridiculous amount of disease inside of it, parasite inside of it, like microscopic organisms. This is literally life. It's full of so many viruses, so many different types that are highly, highly contagious. Because while people always associate the positive energy plane as being goodly and healing, it is also just the plane of life. And bacteria and viruses are also life. You pulled, do you know what, I can't think of the name of it. In the deep, deep, deep ocean, there's these underwater worm-like creatures that aren't actually creatures. They're colonies of many, 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 many other creatures that exist down there. You've never seen these before? It literally looks like a giant worm. Like they can be, we're talking like as long as a blue whale. Giant worms that exist in the ocean, but they're not actually creatures. It's just colonies full of a ton of, it's like that in your hand. Does anybody know what the hell those are called? Maybe somebody, Pandora's stone. Nice. Pandora's sponge.
I don't remember.
Pandora's
what they're
beauty
called.
blender.
Somebody will think of what it's called, and then you can Google it.
I'm guessing I don't wear gloves. So I'm gonna place it down.
No, but you do know. Sorry, you do know that it was not dangerous. That goop, that the film that's on it, is actually specifically designed to keep it safe until it's ruptured.
Okay.
So it's actually safe until it's ruptured.
I'm gonna look over at is he glowing?
I imagine probably the scars, like the magic infused scars now, are probably glowing right now.
Are you
and you
okay?
again, you're jazzed, yeah.
Are you okay, Mr. Like?
Just looks like Krang.
I have an overabundance of life force in me presently. Feel like I could take on the world. Might have to. Might be useful.
Okay.
Honestly, get me on one of those fucking ships.
Like, throwing
Okay.
his fist up.
He's like genuinely like kind of shaking out, like
Doing dips.
He's like
Doing
actually
dips.
like stretching, like okay, get me on one of those ships.
Actually, I have a better idea. First things first, I'm gonna disband the chest using the necklace. So it's gone, and I'm gonna say, you think you could throw this on the deck of one of those ships?
Close enough. Yeah. Probably at approximately. You know what? Probably at about 16 yards, or that
Meters.
many meters. 16 meters.
I don't know if we want to be that close. This thing, it's like you, all that energy.
Okay.
But with disease.
Oh.
Yeah. If we could get this to break on its surface, they'll be exposed, and we could probably take out a whole ship without us having to fight. And
that's horrifying.
I mean, they're gonna kill us otherwise.
Yeah, no. I'm aware. I mean, you could just put me on the ship, though. I mean, I can deal with it and kill them in a way that's much quicker and less sad.
But there's 2 ships.
Yeah.
You on one.
Yeah.
This on the other.
I understand your point, but I mean, if I'm on the other ship, then me throwing it, it's doesn't really work that way.
I don't really want to hold this.
Yeah, no, I'm gathering that. I'm gathering that you are
case,
uncomfortable with this particular item right now. Okay, so that's terrifying. Especially if you miss and it goes in the water and then you just completely kill all of the fish in this water and ruin an economy.
I didn't think about that. That's pretty bad.
That's you will kill the livelihood of thousands of people. Yeah. Probably not a good idea to use this here, so you'll just have to hold on to that for a little while, I think.
All right.
What do you think about putting things back in the chest? Is that something that you think it would appreciate, or?
That's a pyrosome. That's a worm that is literally a colony of microscopic organisms underwater. Yeah.
Where?
Right on stream.
Yeah.
It's actually on your face, Doxy. Watch out, there's a pyrosome on your face.
That's disgusting looking.
Yeah.
I made that.
If you Google the word pyrosome, you can see lots of images. Even like this, actually a video of somebody riding one, which is kind of funny, but also super disrespectful. Anyways, so just thought you might appreciate that.
All right. I'm going to put it in my pocket for now.
It's just, it's just a
Ziploc.
I mean, have you considered like locking it away in something to try and avoid?
I don't have anything.
Does anyone have like an iron lock box?
I doubt it.
On the ship, anywhere there's a lion ox box, please.
Dude, relax. Let it.
Look,
Just...
I'm a little bit excited. Okay.
Okay.
So actually, when you say that, the sorcerer will come over and just kind of like, hold on, and like grab some of the sand or whatever that he has with him, and just gonna and like make like a little cube with no lid onto it, and like hold out his hand for you to put it in.
I put it in.
And they'll hand you the cube.
Oh god, that's way heavier than.
It was way heavier. Yeah, it's a rock.
Thank you. This is gonna be break to kill.
Yep.
Everything.
Okay. So
that in my bag.
So how are we doing this? What are we doing?
I don't know. I'm gonna pull out the wand of magic missiles.
Are you just gonna force a hole in the boats?
I'm gonna try to.
You could just magic missile in the base of the boat.
I have to wait until they get a certain distance. I think I don't know what the distance of magic missiles.
Is that what your plan is? Is just put holes in the boat?
Just put a hole in the boat.
Just put holes in the boat. I like that plan. That's a good plan. Okay.
Josh, what do you want to do? I want to cast magic missile.
At the darkness.
Good.
I mean,
wait,
it's not.
You cast magic missile at Neil? What?
It's only 110 feet. So that. Oh wait, no, you have it at second level. 120 feet. Oh man.
Actually, no. If it's 2 missiles, that's third level. 130 feet.
No, it's 2d4 plus 2.
Correct.
So
that's
each level is 1d. Adds a d4.
I'm pretty sure it's at level 3, all the way up to level 9, you get 5d4. Mm-hmm. You questioning my Pathfinder knowledge, boy?
Oh, you're right. All right. So 130 feet.
Say it again. Doxy
So
already said it earlier. I'm waiting for Will's turn. That's cool.
So that's like what, like 48 meters? Less than that. Just less than that. 42 meters.
Mm-hmm.
What did I say earlier?
That I'm right.
So I'm gonna hold that
Nobody's
out.
keeping track though.
And when I feel like they're in range, I'm gonna attack not the bow because that's probably like the strongest part of a ship, but like the closest, the furthest side that I can see, so that it like hits the side and maybe causes a leak. And I have 6 charges. I don't know if we said if I can unload them all at once or not, but I would want to.
No, well, I mean, you're just trying to like more or less force break the wands to send like almost like a like what's her name there, Samus, like a.
Charge up.
Yeah, I wanna guarantee if I can taking out one of the ships.
A Maltese magic. Sorry, what's it called? Arcane Congress magic doesn't allow that sort of a thing because it's designed to be very rigid and structured. However, you know Arcane Congress magic well. You know a Maltese magic which does allow things like that. You very well may be able to cause a bleed over to cause something like that to happen. It'd be dangerous to try, but. You know, no risk, no reward, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna try it. Let's do this. I got bleed over, dude. Might as well bleed over a wand.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Hi, hello. I'm very excited right now.
Just do it.
Maybe we could just tie him to the ballista and like launch him.
Send me.
I will be the spear.
You're like when Harry Potter drank the Felix Felixus, but also like you're
like on roids.
A muscle man, yeah.
Like on roids.
Phoenix, if you're just popping in, don't worry about what's in the box. There's nothing in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
No one yet, but so you sir, it's a magic missile, so it's a evocation spell. You have no specialization in it, so you're going to roll me an Arcana check, a good old fashioned
flat intelligence, because I don't have the Arcana for that, right?
You are correct, sir.
You ready to luck?
You also have to wait till this does apply. Be clear, this does apply. And you also have to be ready till they get closer. So actually a gap of time has to pass before this. I do apologize. So we're gonna keep that because it applies. Did you want to luck that?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hopefully you don't just explode and this ship.
I have the stunt. Is this spell stunts? Or is this combat? How does this work? Because it's a wand.
We don't know if it succeeded yet.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So the thing is with ballistas is they have a pretty good range to them.
Yeah. So what kind of range are we talking here?
Give me 2 seconds to actually find the legit range for you because it's not on this thing right here.
I'm assuming it would be an accuracy thing, realistically, which is unfortunate for me.
Yeah. So it's going to be this is a ballista. It is of course accuracy thing. The further out it is, the harder it is going to be to make the shot. So, but they're also not like forever away. So they shoot normally, with at about 120 feet, somewhere in that range, depending on the operator. Every like say 100 to 120 feet or so beyond that is going to take a -1.
Right.
And they can't shoot past 500 feet out. That is that's like impossible for it. And even then, there's chances that like when you fail, can have bigger devastating effects the further it is out, because if you're off by like a slight angle, you could easily hit a different boat.
Yeah, totally. So I mean, I'm actually not going to shoot right away. I'm going to ask the sorcerer, how's your accuracy with one of those?
We don't have those where I'm from.
Well, I'm not exactly keen with them either, to be honest. I can try taking a shot when they get close enough, but I am worried about hitting random other ships and accidentally starting a war.
A war? Sorry? Oh, because you're a Maltese?
Well, because I'm a Maltese and because we're on a water that occasionally has combat between various people to get fish. So just worried about starting unnecessary combat.
Yeah, well, just because you said war is where I was. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's totally fair.
Yep.
I meant a ship war in this case, and just specifically, but yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. So he just kind of, I'm just not the most confident in that. As I say, get me on that ship and I will take out as many of them as I need to.
Whoa, Josiah. I thought we had a good time the other day, and here you go stomping on me like that? What the fuck?
Me all the
Splish,
time
splash.
too.
You know why? What the fuck, man? I thought we were buddies. I thought we were
God.
pals.
I thought you liked being stepped on.
I mean, listen, if she's wearing heels, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Not wearing heels right now.
Josiah's not my type.
Oh, a little
Sorry.
too rugged.
Sorry, Josie.
He's my type. Call me.
Her phone actually rings. So anyway, I was literally about to grab my phone and call her to be funny, but it's across the room. That's too much work. So you ask him that, and he says, we don't have those where we are. And so I'm sorry. What was your next question?
Oh, my next statement was just, well, realistically, I'm not the best shot with those either. Get me on the ship and I can take out many of them, but from here I'd be worried about accidentally starting an unnecessary fishing war.
I don't give a shit about them. They're a bunch of dirtbags anyways.
Fair enough. All right, well, I mean, why don't I okay, sure. I'm just gonna walk over to the ballista. I guess I'm gonna load it.
The deckhands have to take care of the sailing, but they're gonna be able to point out where stuff is. They're not gonna be able to help you. Okay?
No, that's fine. That's fine. Is it on the correct?
Hello?
Like, is it on the? Jesus, he's there. Right? And he just laughs. Good.
Gonna
Hi,
hang up
Josiah.
now.
All right. So, is the ballista on the correct side of the ship for me to actually take a shot at them?
I just want to be clear. When I call Doxy, that's not how the conversation. That's not how the conversation goes. When I call Doxy, it's a much longer conversation.
Oh jeez Louise, boys.
Moving on. For you to line up the shot, sir, for aiming with a siege engine.
Yeah.
This is it's going to be under accuracy, but
Yeah, which I don't have a specialization in this.
well, it's also a siege engine too, so it's not going to be like it wouldn't be bows or anything like that. It would actually add a separate accuracy for siege engines.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing in here that says siege engine, correct?
There's nothing that's appropriate for it based on what I'm seeing.
Correct. So yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So you're gonna roll an accuracy check. I'm genuinely afraid of what just happened. So let's see how this goes.
That seems good. You know what? Just so I don't accidentally kill random people, I'm going to luck this. I think that I'm just gonna make that call and roll luck. I hope no one's mad at me. I'm just hoping to get it to an 11 so that it's not too terrible, which it is now at 12. So it could be worse.
Okay, so that's a beautiful roll because it's going to do exactly what you just requested for it to do. It's going to make it so like it's one of those things where it shoots and it overshoots the boat, but doesn't hit anybody else.
That's all I can ask for. And then at that point, I'm just like, nope, not my specialty, and I just walk away from it. And I'm like, when they get close.
Well, hold on. So it's one of those things where as you're like, you literally as you're firing the thing before you even see it misses, you literally hear the guy be like, "Calm the hell down. What are you doing, man?
What?
Calm down. You need a steady hand." And he goes over and he's going to work. He's like, just get me another one. And,
Yeah. And I grab a shot for him and slide it in there.
I don't know if you remember, he rolls a pretty good accuracy when he was throwing those things at Laszlo before.
Yeah.
So
and now I've shown him how to do it. So hopefully, just make sure you pull there. That'll release.
Does it get behind Oscar? Puts his arms.
No. No, Oscar does the guide, if anything.
he leans into it. He backs up just slightly, like, oh, let me readjust myself for a moment.
Let me just get my coccyx into place. So.
The other boat's sirens go off. Shit is going down.
Woo! That's
locks.
the bell. Alarm! They're firing at us!
He locks, he loads, y'all fire, and it's going to be a good hit. Now, again, this is a siege engine. Siege engine's you're not doing damage as though you're going against a person. You're doing damage as though you're going against a ship. So it's kind of like, I don't know what the rules are for ship combat in this system. I don't care. I'm going to steal from FFG on this one, where it works like the same as, it's just a factor of 10. So, just that just works fine for me for this one instance. So you're going to roll for me as though you'd shot a crossbow, which so you roll 2d6 plus 1 for me.
Sorry, 2d6 plus 1?
Si, senor.
I just put 2, 3, 6 plus 1.
To be fair, he has stunt die.
Oh, he does have stunt die.
Oh, I
He
just
has 4
don't
stunt
roll
die.
it away. I should probably not do it within the bracket so I can see that better. He does have 4 stunt die. I'm going to let you decide what happens to those 4 stunt die because he's an NPC.
I mean, I think, like, realistically, I think you just do Mighty Blow and... I mean, what do you think, Josh? What do you think? Pierce Armor?
I think you should set up, create an opening for an ally to exploit. Pick an ally, a guy who's charging a wand on their
Sorry,
next
wait,
turn.
which one is that? I
Set
don't
up.
see
Set
that.
up.
Literally
set
Set
up.
up.
Yep. And then you can also rapid reload too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So 2d6 plus 1 still on the roll. Wow.
Right. So you
Great.
blast the ship. What it is when you blast the ship, however, it literally smashes right into the bulkhead or whatever, like the head of the ship, right? So it's one of those things where it literally gives a perfect spot where, because the wood around there is damaged, if he just hits that one spot, boom, he can cause the entire front of the ship to blast open. It would just be moving forward and taking in water. It'd be like one of those blah blah blah. So that's what you guys are able to set up for it. But at the same time, while he's taking the shot, he's like, I got this, move it. You're sitting there, you're so jazzed up. Before he even takes the shot, you're already running over there and grabbing a bolt. So he takes the shot, and as he's
And then
like,
just the bolt is in the thing as he's firing.
boom, go.
Shoot again!
So awesome, that happens. So you take that shot, and they're literally lining up and taking a shot at you guys at the same time, because clearly, as you were doing this and took a shot and missed, they're like, oh, they're within range. You know what we didn't apply though? Granted, it would have hit either way. I'm just a dummy. You guys were shooting probably not from that far, 500 feet or so. You're probably shooting from, like, say the like a good 200 feet. So it's actually a -1 to that one. So they're gonna roll against you guys, applying that -1. I will apply it to my rolls. I always write 2, 3d6, only +1. Oh, sorry, +0. It's 3d6. Oh, Scott, you're about to do what you just yelled at yourself not to do.
Nicely done.
I put a bracket at the end of it, as you can see. Yeah. Hey, stunt die 4. So the first guy attacking you guys with a 13 at the back end of your ship, that's not hard to hit a ship. So that's actually will hit. That applies the -1. That's also for stunt die to also hit the ship, which is absolutely beautiful. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like brace for impact. So we're gonna see what happens in just a moment. They're gonna roll that damage at you now. This one I'll do slightly differently. Where's that +1? Yeah, gonna be 2d6 +1.
I'm not good at swimming.
8 and 10. They rolled well for damage. They fucked up your ship, which is bad for you. By the way, your healing ability does not work on boats.
Yes, no, I gathered that. Yeah.
Excuse me,
auto
you
repair.
didn't say that earlier, so
To be clear. Moving on. So you damage to the ship with my stunt die. Where are they? Stunt combat. Here we go. 4. Seize the initiative, change tempo, move top of initiative. No. Dual strike, make it so it affects 2. No. Setup. No. Lightning doesn't apply here. Threatening. No. Taunt. No. Pierce armor. I'm a pierce armor with both those attacks. Because, you know, that way it's like really like blasts through the bottom of the ship and really hurts it, does some significant damage to it. I'm also going to, I'm an asshole. I'll use both of them to pull it off to make it work, but I actually have both of them disarm the ship. So the first one, as you like rapid reload and get it set up, the first bolt is going to come flying by and actually just barely tings like the thing. So it's like thrown to the side. So you guys are like, oh shit, we need to like go and reset this thing. A second bolt that comes by as it like hits the first one kind of like hit the ballista and like caused it to like deflect down into the ship, which is how it did so much damage. The second one, it actually shot underneath, but because of the angling of it, it actually blasted out the part where the ballista is, but like where it's like anchored in, you know what I mean? Like where it's like bolted and held in place. So it actually makes it so the ballista is not properly anchored. you can still technically use it, but you're going to be taking a -3 on top of whatever your normal roll is. And if you roll very poorly, bad things could happen. Okay? So that's just going to be how that plays out there. On top of that, you people have to make dexterity checks.
14.
Are both of you happy with your results?
I'm content with mine, but
yeah, I'll leave it.
Okay. So the important thing, Laszlo, is even though you're hit and it clearly makes you stumble to the edge, you're able to go over with your 12. You're able to grab onto the edge of the boat for a second, hold on to it. You're nice and safe. You don't actually fall over and like that, but you just like stumble, grab onto the side of the boat. Grab onto the side of the boat so that you're good. You actually rolled well enough that not only did you not fall, you probably didn't lose what you were focusing on too. I just need a willpower check from you really quickly. This is going to be a, I'll be honest, it's gonna be a challenging check, but not the hardest thing in the world.
oh, that's one you luck.
Can I hit challenging?
Challenging is it's a 13, yeah.
Challenging is a 13, yeah.
All right.
0 luck dice left, perfect. Actually, so you have 16 total. So 16, you actually beat hard. You actually held concentration, no problem. You know what I mean? So you're good to go. Yay, good news. Moving on. So that happens, and you guys, and you, Oscar, with your 14, y'all jazzed up. You're fine. I'm just gonna roll for our friend here. That's gonna be 3d6. He has a -1 to his dexterity.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
So your dwarf friend, I mean sorcerer friend, is what I said.
Yeah, totally not a dwarf. Totally not a dwarf.
Not.
No.
Your sorcerer friend, actually is a when that hit happens, the first stuff, like he kind of like steps backwards because he was getting ready to fire the thing you just loaded, and when the second one happens, it throws him completely on his ass and kind of like rolls backwards a bit. We'll go back to you guys. What do you do, Oscar? Your bolt that you just did is like dislodged and the thing's all broken and stuff like that. How do you react?
To that, I'm just gonna. Who's on the helm right now?
On the helm, it's gonna be one of the deckhands. No. He is useless. On the helm, it's actually nope. It's one of the deckhands. Sorry, Amber is other boat.
Right on the other. Yeah.
Sorry, Doxy.
Okay. Are we still trajectory-wise going to the location I marked on the map before?
That was originally the plan. You haven't changed that.
Good. Okay. If we're still on that heading, Oscar's gonna walk over to where Laszlo is on the ship and just say to the other guy, "Don't even bother with that. It's just gonna wreck the ship if we use it again." And walk over to Laszlo and just say, "You don't do something in about 10 seconds, I'm going to be jumping off this boat and swimming over to one of the other ones and doing what I can. So you better do something."
Patience.
Do I look like I have patience right now?
As he's like sweating and like holding this wand.
Patience. Oscar doesn't have patience at the best of times.
No. He's on so many drugs right now.
Specifically, Dungeon Kid gave us 420 bits. Should we
69?
Should we celebrate the 420 bits? Is that something that we should be? Do we promote such things here?
I mean, you could eat something.
Yeah, they're legal, so I have yeah, which is funny. I have no idea how strong they are either. I'm not gonna. It's too late. I'm too close to bedtime, so I wouldn't want to.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Well, because I've done a 15 before. It's like ooh, hi. I don't know how many milligrams each one is, which is kind of frightening. It should say it on the packaging. I don't know. Whatever. Moving on.
Somewheres.
It has to.
1 page or 1 bit for each page of the Bible you should read.
So, Scott, basically, Oscar is preparing to jump overboard and swim.
Why would I read the Bible? Sorry, he's
Story
preparing to
ideas?
jump overboard.
Basically, he's just like he's ready to go and swim over to a boat if he needs to. Basically,
Cool.
he's not like there's nothing else for him to do right now. Just waiting for boarding or for swimming.
Cool. So your what is it? Your boat, of course, is damaged, but holding and is able to keep moving. Before, because you have to wait until they can actually take aim and fire one more time before they finally get close enough that within the 130 feet, 42 meters, whatever it is, for you to take that shot. So I'm gonna take one more shot with each of them. Here we go. That's a bad roll. I missed. This is another
Those
really
stunts
bad roll.
would be great. That first one would be great.
It would be, yeah. But I mean, here's the thing too. They just weren't prepared for that first 2 hits to actually slow us down the way it did. That's just like.
I think what would make stunts more rare and exciting is if you could only roll stunts if the first 2 dice matched, as opposed to every time there's a pair. Because like stunt is like I want to say easily 1 in 4 rolls.
Yeah.
It's like almost I think it's too often, but it's a conversation for a different time. But anyway, so like an example of those 2 rolls I just did, the first one would have stunts, the second one wouldn't, in my opinion. But we can worry about that another time again, you know.
The stunt results would need to be a lot better than they are currently. If we
the stunt results are fucking amazing.
Some of them are.
They're
Some
not
of them
that
are
amazing.
Considering.
I think it has more to do with the challenge level. Because remember, stunts don't matter if you don't succeed.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So that is limiting to the fact that you'd want to be rolling like a double 3s or double 4s or double 5s. So 4s, 5s, 6s, you know. So anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
So you they take 2 shots at you, and fortunately for you, they maybe were a little cocky with the shots. Maybe the last time it was lucky shots, whatever it may have been. They miss. And it gets us all the way to somebody who's been holding on and waiting with his shot. And
Please don't screw up. Please don't screw up. Please don't screw up. What do I roll? I mean, it's magic missile.
you feel the energy build up in the wand. You feel it gathering. You take all of the remaining charges, you're like pumping them forward, and you have like literally like a ball, almost Sama style again, of energy built up right there, and you're getting ready to release it. And as you're doing so, you can literally hear the wand itself snapping and cracking and popping, like you just took like a wet pine and threw it into a fire, right? Like and then as you like go to release the thing, the ball travels maybe a meter or so in front of you before just your control over it is lost, because the wand itself just kind of like bursts in your hands and the ball just goes AWOL. You unfortunately didn't have enough control over the magic itself with the roll that you made, 16 total, I believe it was, for trying to dump an entire wand into a roll. It's very dangerous. This is why the Arcane Congress has rules. It's for safety.
I'm just gonna throw the wand in the water with a lot of cuss words.
Well,
multiple languages.
But before you do that, we get to see kind of like how badly things go. I want Doxy to feel involved and responsible. Doxy, why don't you go ahead and roll me a D100 so we can see, and just so you know, the lower, the closer, the worse. Roll a natty 100.
Are you making me do this?
Because I want you to be involved.
I mean, I made the choice.
That's not bad.
No.
That could have been worse.
Could have been much worse. So when you shoot this thing and you kind of get it to force forward, it does explode. Because luckily for you guys, it's pushing backwards at the same time that you're moving forward. It was close enough to the boat when it explodes that it would have hurt the boat if it was stationary, right? Because it didn't travel that far. But luckily for you, again, your boat is actually physically moving away, so you just kind of like feel a rush of energy as the thing moves forward. Josh, there's like a small semblance of memory that happens as right as it's traveling forward. There's like a quick flash of light, and there's an explosion that happens that leaves behind a cloud that looks kind of familiar, but much smaller than before. In the middle of the lake that's right there. The amount of like damage it could have done, you don't know, because again, obviously it was kind of removed from you, but that was quite the shockwave that you felt come rushing towards your way. Once again, it's one of those, as you feel, you kind of like reach out and grab like the railing, the edge of the boat to like hold on to it so you don't get like knocked backwards or anything. You're good. You're still holding yourself. The boat's behind you.
Yeah. Like I said, Laszlo just throws the shattered wand off the boat and goes, damn it. That was my plan.
Good. Great. Lightning?
Yeah.
Yeah, lightning, I think. Okay. Well, there's going to be a lot of dead fish in the water.
No, you're going to use lightning. Sorry. I was like, what? No, that was force, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, I'll pull out the wand of lightning, but that would be my turn if we're in combat. So.
I mean, you guys spent a lot of time together. If you just start grabbing lightning's wand, that's between the two of you, boy. So you just grab the wand and the magic crystal wand, you throw it in the ocean. Glad to be rid of one more. You are the boats are getting closer, but again, at a slow rate. There are 50 people between those two boats. Roll me a, what's the word I'm looking for? Empathy check?
Which one of us? Both of us?
Both. Yeah, you both have eyes.
10. I'm a little bit jazzed right now and not paying attention to things as much as I would normally.
Hey, I'm moving up in the world. Is that 18 with 6 stunts? How would you like to use those? Now you roll well.
Yeah, I am. Degrees of success.
Okay, sure. You notice that actually that flash completely spooked the people that were following behind you. They literally veered off course for a moment. One of those things where whoever's on the helm hard turn the wheel to the point where it's going to take them a moment to be able to right themselves to come back in because they literally hard turn the wheel. And it caused like a bunch of stumbling of the people on that boat. They'll be fine and they'll inevitably be able to catch up or whatever, but it did throw them off, opening up a small opportunity for like,
I have an idea.
Sure.
I'd like to activate my arcane mantle. Where it shows my magical prowess of it. So like the way we described it before was like my Maltese level of magic is this more amorphous kind of fluid kind of vision of myself that appears above me, and then behind that and like my history, my past is this humongous fortified building of structure. Like I tend to think like Greece type buildings where they have like structure and order with every like their pillars and all that stuff behind it. And I just want to yell out, we do not wish to kill you, but if you keep coming, we will.
Ooh, intimidation.
It's normally strength.
I have no idea what the role is. It strength for intimidation?
Intimidation is strength, but I don't know if this is a different special circumstance in any way, but
I mean, no, it would, unfortunately, intimidation is intimidation. The only thing I'm thinking is if you did like magical strength instead, but
I mean, that would be willpower, I guess,
which is kind of a weird one. You know,
yeah.
I would say I would even allow that to be a ruling against another mage that would understand that, but against a
the Maltese, yeah.
Almost if you're thinking like because I almost imagine like what you're kind of if you're saying like between two mages doing it that way is almost like Ijutsu. If you know what that is,
yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
yeah.
Are you happy with your 11, sir?
I would like to luck it, but I'm gonna ask you guys because that's a big risk.
That I'm fine with it, but what about you?
Intimidation?
Yeah, this is to try and
worth.
Stop the two boats from pursuing.
It's not
us,
worth it. They're not going to.
Wow.
Taking it from an 11 to a 15 is not going to.
Well, 15 is a big.
IMO.
That's a challenging.
That's a hard.
That's not even. That's beyond challenging.
But that's if we got a 4.
Okay, so judging by conversations that we've had earlier, and hang in there with me because I know we've had a lot, but we know that these soldiers are literally just order carrying machines. No matter what you say, they have orders to board your ship and bring you in. That you're not going to scare them out of.
But we also know that they're intimidated by magic a lot. Because remember when I cast in town, they reacted to it very visually.
I do not think it's worth it. That's my vote. You
Okay.
guys can take
No,
it
it's
or leave
fine.
it.
All right, that's it. 11.
I mean, you can outvote me.
I mean,
No,
as
it's
I
fine.
said, like I don't. I'm for it, but I don't. It's not the end of the world
Yeah.
either way.
You think Josh is gonna vote against you, Doxy?
I'm not gonna vote against. It's a
1,000
team pool.
allowed.
See, he'll never vote against you. He just said it.
I'll do it now out of spite if you keep talking.
Just,
I
just,
mean-
just,
Well, I
just
mean-
saying. Josh, it's okay. It's okay to simp for Doxy. It's okay.
The other
It's okay.
factor is, last we checked, there are 0 dice in the pool anyways, so it's probably
Yeah.
an act of futility. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's dice in the pool.
there might be. Yeah.
But okay, 11.
All right. So, with your 11 total, why don't you? Sorry, you unfortunately don't intimidate them at all. It does nothing. So like,
Okay.
I'm sure some of the people on there are rattled by the idea of having to face you. Some of the soldiers are, sure, but not the helmsmen, not the boats actually moving forward, not so on and so forth from there. So they continue to travel forward. Now, it's one of those fun things where they kind of veer off for a second, but they're going to come back in. And getting himself up off of the ground, the sorcerer's going to be like, we're outnumbered. He smacks the thing that's broken in front of him. We're out, oh, they have better artillery. What's the plan? We ain't going to be able to kill all of them.
Do you think we have a better shot on land?
No, I think we should get off the boat without them knowing. Just let them follow the boat.
How the hell are we going to do that?
Go to the bow, jump off. They can't see the whole boat from every perspective. Just try to stay underwater, try to stay out of sight until they pass.
Y'all know any magics that allow you to breathe down there?
No.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Well,
We can't win a fight. I look to Oscar, knowing that he's like still stretching probably.
Oh no, he is like
We can't win
Yeah.
a fight. We're vastly outnumbered. Vastly.
50 soldiers. 5 of us. It's 10 for each of us.
2 of the people are literally slave sailors.
Yeah, no, I know. He knows that.
I can make this boat keep going for a little bit. If we all just get off, they might just follow the boat.
How close are we to shore right now?
You're in the middle of the lake. You're far, and
Like-
not even the middle. Like, look how big that lake is on the map.
No, I know. Are we talking like in this hex here? Somewhere?
Hold on, give me 1 second because I have to drop
Yeah.
to that map.
Sure.
Where are you? There you are. Yeah, like somewhere in that big old hex. Yeah.
Yeah. Because basically, like, the goal would be to only go out as far as is necessary for the base of the ship to actually be able to pass the, pass the actual sea floor, right? Or the lake floor in this case, right? Like, we're only going out as far as we can because we fully intend on coming back to shore. So the question is, how far is that to shore from, like, middle of that hex? And it's about 10 miles. So it's a long swim.
Well, you were snapped, mind you.
what are we gonna
snapped.
do?
That's
Like-
from the center too, though, right?
Yeah, it's probably like 7.5 miles.
Still.
Like, yeah.
Still, yeah.
I mean, what is the alternative? Fight to the death? I mean, our ship is literally damaged. We can't attack the other ships. Like, we're running out
ram
of
them.
options. We're swimming anyways, and
Yeah, I
they're
know.
gonna attack us.
Well, then
Like-
they're swimming too.
Well,
How many-
one boat.
How
one
many of them
boat.
do you think know how to swim?
Listen. Your plan was not a bad one. You can do it. I'll keep them busy. I don't exactly know how to swim proper. I only learned recent. I can tread, but it's not exactly like I'm a powerful swimmer. We don't really have water where I'm from. We do, but we don't spend much time in it. It ain't exactly safe. You guys hop off. You keep safe. Remember, you're the reason why I was in that prison. And you took me as your prisoner when you broke out. And you kept me as your prisoner. I'm not against Yovance. That's you. I was the one that told them who you were.
You have a chance to get into Malta? If we make it there, come looking. How long ago was that deal made?
Painstakingly, about 2 years ago. It sucks that the Queen said no.
2 years.
Yeah.
The Queen was in charge 2 years ago or not? You're wish-washing on that.
No, she was not.
Okay. The Queen wasn't in charge. It was the asshole king. It was the king.
Oscar shoots you a look at that and then just kind of gives you a smirk and looks back to him.
King, queen, whatever.
No, not whatever.
No, not whatever. There's a new ruler now. She might say yes. Come to Malta when you're free, if you're free.
You're saying that when one person changes in your government, whole policies change?
Not always, but with any luck, if we get back there, we may be able to make some convincing arguments.
Look, it's not about whole policies. I've known the Queen since she was a small child. She doesn't fear outsiders as much as the king did.
He shrugs. Desperation.
If you get the chance. That's all I'm saying.
Do what I can. All right. I'm gonna turn this thing hard and try to get them to go near, turn this thing hard and try to give you guys the flat side.
Make it look like you're going to the river out to Paradel. Make it look like you're going home. Home. From their view.
I hope you can walk on water.
Front of the boat. Laszlo, do you have everything? You have all your things?
Always.
I'm grabbing the bag of stuff. All right. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that he eats small things in water, and I jump.
I'm going in after him. Yeah.
Okay. You guys go going after him because you honestly all you did out with that bag is you pulled out one wand. You know what I mean? So he just you threw it overboard. So he just grabs the bag. You have everything else on you, and so you guys jump overboard. Now of course you're gonna time this a little well. Is there any extra detail you want to give before you do this?
The essential plan is that we want to go to the side of the boat that can't be seen presently as he's making his turn towards the river to Paradel. So we're going to be moving to, I guess that would be starboard side specifically, and going to the bow as much as possible.
Okay, so if we're doing that, then I'm going to use Arcane Candle to make the backside light up.
Make it
so that it draws their attention more, and then as we run to the other side, we'll jump off.
I'm actually also going to cast magic for the first time in forever, potentially, and cast on Laszlo a false aura to make him not appear magical in case they have anyone who can detect magic's tracking.
Sure, you have to roll for that one, I believe, because you are wearing armor.
It's a success.
Cool.
It barely, but it's a success.
Wow, with a 10. Oh.
You might be able to do that for free because that was a magic with stun.
It's 2 points to reduce the cost by 1.
It'll be so it'll be reduced by 1 down to, because I'm in armor, it actually just costs more for me to cast it. It's not harder for me to cast, it's just it costs more. So it's gonna cost me 5 instead of 6.
Cool. How many MP do you have in total?
I have 11 total.
Oh, so you can actually technically cast it again.
I can cast it again if I need to.
Yeah, that's hilarious. In theory, you could cast it on yourself in case you're worried about how jazzed up you are.
To be honest with you, I am actually considering it, but I'm just checking to see if I can do this. If there's any form of it doesn't look like there's any form of concentration.
No, this thing doesn't have concentration.
Okay, I'll try to cast it on myself as well. Nah, it's a failure. So whatever.
You just expend the MP. That's all. So
and it's that's fine.
It just doesn't react well with the magics that are on the that are already flowing through you. All right, so you guys are gonna go there, and that light's not gonna stay going forever because it has to be within 10 yards or meters, whatever of you. So eventually it'll fizzle as it passes by. How are you gonna not be noticed as just heads in the water? Obviously you're just heads in the water, but how are you gonna not be noticed?
I mean, I'm going underwater, but just as a note before we leave, I will actually give our boy my name as a contact in the Maltese capital if necessary, and to say that I sent him. And I will ask for his name as well before we go overboard.
As you kind of like, blah, 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 as a contact, and then ready to jump over, be like, by the way, what was your name? And he just says, Brock.
Brock, it's been an absolute pleasure. Take care.
How come he didn't like Chrysella then? Brock always likes the women.
That is a Pokemon. I am adding this boy to our pool.
Maybe he is a Pokemon, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Hey. I mean, I'm just gonna try to stay under as much as I can and just put my head up just to breathe and then try.
So swimming is again a constitution check. That's easy to get yourself underwater. You have to roll for that. However, staying underwater for an extended period of time. Is there drowning rules in this game?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't.
That's some niche stuff right there.
It's not really. That's not even a niche. It's friggin'
handling hazards. It's on page 101. I don't think it actually.
I think I have the companion, not the other one open. But go ahead.
Hold on. Let me just take a look. Yeah, it's just essentially a hazard category, and you just would make a roll, whatever roll you feel is appropriate to it. That's what it says for drowning.
So what hazard category? What are the categories?
Hazard categories are minor, moderate, major, arduous, harrowing, and murderous.
Oh, I see that right here. And then the damage of the hazards are right here, which is yeah. Okay, I see that actually. But
it's, I guess they would meet based on this, because that's the same number of challenge ratings there are, I believe. No, there's actually less. So I don't know.
Okay, so
it doesn't specify.
Why don't you guys roll me your stamina tests to stay underwater?
Sure. So this is I will be rolling twice again, same thing, because I have that ability that allows me to re-roll stamina and take the higher value. So look at Laszlo with 6 stunt points.
Jesus Christ.
So that's 17 to start, and then 18, which is what I will take.
Because it has obviously the same stunt either way. You succeeded either way.
Yeah.
Can I get a second test from you guys?
Sure. I'll let you roll first, Laszlo, just so we're not mixing rolls.
God damn it, that's beautiful.
17
13?
first.
Okay, you're good.
22 second. I'll take the 22.
And you on double sixes, so you just, it's more the stunt. I was doing an average advanced test on this one.
Okay.
For you guys, it's like time. So if you failed horribly, you would have to come up to both succeed, and I was counting stunt. So more or less what you do is you stay underneath the water. Literally, it's one of those things where as you guys go into the water and you're holding yourselves down there and just trying to stay steady, you both of you guys open your eyes. It's fresh water. You open your eyes into water. There's moments where you're like staying down there a little under the surface, allowing them to go by. And Laza at one point in time has like a bit of a freak out. And I can imagine, you have Oscar, grabs him and just like has him and gives him like an intense look. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean? And Laszlo literally is starting to have a bit of a freak out. And you have a bit of an intense look. And so Laszlo is able to he's had to work on willpower before. Just kind of like relax himself, focus. And it's one of those things where, unfortunately, Oscar, what he's experiencing and what Laszlo is experiencing are two very different things. Because while Laszlo's lungs are burning and on fire, Oscar is brimming with life, teeming with it. It's literally as his lungs are burning and asking for air, it's almost like they're fine. He's okay. It's like he's good, boys. So while Oscar is good, he made it. He's going to be able to stay down there for an extremely long period of time. For you, Laszlo, I'm going to need another check.
$13.
With a 4 stunt die, though, that's not bad.
So as it's getting more and more difficult, that was the concern. But 13's challenging, which is good. I'm trying to count your stunt die on this one. I'm so sorry, sir. You got a 5 and then a 5, which is 10. You have 14 total. You can literally see Oscar. You can see he's kind of at a breaking point where you're not sure if it's safe or not yet. You guys aren't really able to count seconds in this dire situation because you're, you're kind of focused on not dying. You see he's at a breaking point. Do you try to do anything and before I have him roll again?
Yeah, no, I am actually. I'm going to release some of my air into his mouth. I'm going to give him mouth in underwater. Because
Alright.
literally, it's gonna be you're gonna be weirded out by it, but I'm gonna essentially plug your nose and then press mouth to mouth and then blow some air in. And hold my own check.
Wear the mask at least. God.
Yeah. Anyway,
So-
I'm gonna basically give him mouth to mouth while still underwater, which is very difficult to do, admittedly. But yeah, I figure that's what Oscar would try to do in this situation. So
Sure. You're able to roll for me again there, Josh.
not enough. I mean, you could. Can you? I mean,
13's not passing, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, true.
You don't know, because I was counting stunt. 13 technically did pass.
I did more stunt points than he had. So
No,
I
you
don't
didn't.
know.
No, you didn't. He did 11. You have 14. But his was easier because he has magic infused lungs at the moment.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, would a luck die even matter though? Because if it's based on stunt, right?
Well,
Yeah,
but
it
you need
would be
success for the stunt to
16,
matter.
Right. I mean, look,
Yeah,
this
if you
is
roll a
this
4,
is
you get 13 again.
This is a situation. You may as well try it.
All right.
You did get a 4.
You got a 4. It's challenging. You succeeded. You got the rest of the stunt. He holds on even longer until it gets to the point where you're like, I think I'm losing him. I think he might actually drown. And eventually it's like, you're good. And the two of you go up there. You were underwater for a disgusting amount, almost 2 minutes. You guys were underwater. It was a long time. By the time you pop up, their boats have turned. One of them has already passed you. The other one is mostly past you. You're gasping for air. You're up there for as long as you need to be, whatever, and then you go back down. You don't even need to make checks at this point. You're frantic. You're freaking out. You hold on for as long as you can, and when you finally pop your heads back up, you're clear. You're good to go.
All right, let's get to shore.
Oh, that's right. We have to swim now.
Yep. How heavy is Laszlo at this point?
35 pounds.
Oh,
And sopping
whoa.
wet.
Sopping wet, yeah.
So you're about,
Okay.
55 to 60 right now, probably realistically.
Plus
Less
drag,
equipment,
plus drag.
less equipment, plus drag, plus. So we're
Oh,
looking at like
God.
100 pounds, basically.
I don't know if it would triple his weight, but
The good
okay.
news is
Yeah.
the good news is you're so infused with life, you could swim until you're tired, and then release that energy to make yourself not tired anymore.
It's true. Yeah.
I
You
could just be
actually can
naked.
pull this
I could
off.
just- I get naked.
I'm gonna. I think I'm probably like based on how rough Laszlo was before. I think I'm gonna have to carry him as much as possible with the swim, and so like
Legit grab onto his back and then just freestyle.
I'm doing the full
All right.
Freestyle.
Yeah. The riding check. All right. You know what? It's not unreasonable. So this is
Let
constitution.
my cat out
swimming,
real quick.
right?
I'll be right back.
No problem.
Constitution swimming for me.
Kika.
Honestly, you don't really have to worry about it. The
Cool.
waters out here are calm enough that
Yeah,
you
okay.
guys just swim. And
All
there's
right.
no, we didn't describe bad weather this day or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. It's a bit of
Lascar.
a butterfly. It's a bit of a butterfly stroke more than a freestyle because the freestyle would rock Laszlo too much. The butterfly just is up and down.
I
So
don't
he's-
know. Well, with the ride check, that makes sense.
Yeah.
With the ride check, that actually makes
Yeah.
sense. Right? Like,
That's yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Just riding me like I'm a magic carpet with your legs crossed and everything.
Huh.
Very good. No.
Nice.
Yeah. No. And I will just expend that energy if I need to swim through. So I'm guessing that puts me back at my regular maximum health.
well, no, what I was saying is it not regular maximum health. My apologies. Yes. Because
Yes.
you expend that almost like a
'Cause I
lesser
expend that, like-
restoration.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
To like get
Cool.
rid of your fatigue. And it's funny too, because like I imagine Laszlo after a while just like sitting there being like, can I read a book or is that a bad idea right now? Like,
I'm really bored.
I mean, the pack is on my back in front of you. You probably just like could do that.
I'm not gonna risk my book. Screw that.
All right. Fair. Yeah. Yeah. No. I'll just swim to shore.
the fact that they pulled this off is ridiculous. All right, moving on. So you guys are actually able to push on. Chryselin, as for you, yours is a little bit different. You see, the idea that the Amber had as you guys are kind of pulling away is, so Chris, out here in the lake, there's actually a lot of hostility that happens between the boats. They're always trying to fight each other and so on and so forth. I figure one of the things that we could do is if we actually take our ship and we crash it into another one, set a course, smash into another one, it would kind of distract the people that would be pursuing us, so that they would go and investigate who we crashed into and probably temporarily apprehend them and so on. Meanwhile, I mean, I'm pretty sure that if you were to use your charms and wiles, if we were to swim over to a separate boat, we could convince them to rescue us from the water, and they would be able to just kind of take us and, you know, have them drop us off somewhere else.
I must find my companions.
I agree, that's certainly a good idea, but we're going to have to be able to find them first. We're going to have to be able to see where they are first, and we can do that beforehand, but I mean, we're going to have to lose our pursuers at some point. I think that this might be the easiest way for us to lose them.
With my charms and wiles, I feel as though it's best to trade our boat for a worse boat.
Oh. You
On the
know,
water.
I'm sure if we found a, I because of my time spent with the dockmaster, I can identify the boats for the most part and different markings on them as to who they belong to. We could find a lesser shipping. People that probably wouldn't understand this isn't meant to be a full lake boat. This is meant to be a river boat, and convince them for the switch. That might be an option. Sure. Suppose that's why, you know, you're a diamond and I'm an amber.
Don't be hard on yourself.
I'm not going to be hard on myself. Amber is much softer than diamond.
And equally valuable in the world. You have you have your place. You fulfill it well.
We all have our place, and we know where yours is. And so
This makes me feel bad, not good. It's supposed to make me feel good.
No. Others
bad.
look up to amber. They look up to diamonds. Like it's like if you went to Brown University and you're like, you went to Harvard? Oh, like you must have had a good education there, because you know I went to Brown, but wow, Harvard, shucks, you know. Or, you know, community college. Oh, anyways.
It's like when a bigger Twitch streamer retweets one of my tweets. I'm just like,
Doxy, I retweet them all the time. What are you talking about?
fair.
13
right.
viewers.
I would say to them, if my plan should fail, yours is absolutely plan B. But first, we find my companions.
You will of course do that. Joey, to answer, kind of respond to what you said, which was the class division between jewels is evident apparently. It's evidence to a degree, except it's not really class difference. It's more like if somebody became a well-renowned scientist in what's the word we're looking for? Rocks there, help me out here. Geology, right? And they came across somebody who happened to be like a biologist that was working on like genetic research. Like, sure, geology is very important. It's just less exciting than genetic research in biology, right? So it's like, no, you have an important job and you're certainly not less valuable. I mean, this person could be a flawless stone. They're not. But they could be a flawless stone, meaning they actually are better reputed in their own field than anybody else around. It's just less sexy of a field than literally the sexy field. I mean, you know, moving on. So you are kind of like moving along. You guys are trying to identify them, trying to find them. But they're a good distance away. And it's not exactly like you have a, you know, what the hell those things are called to find them. Doxy, you can try to roll a perception check. But, you know, you have a -3 because you don't really know what you're looking for. We already said that, and wow, that's 5 stunt dice. We already said that NPCs can use luck. Do you want him to use luck? Spyglass, thank you, Josh.
15?
A
There
50.
are 5 in the pool. Go for it. There are
You're
5
so
dice in the
conservative.
pool.
You're so
Please
conservative.
use the dice. That's a 17. That is so good.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where he's like, after some time, I'm pretty sure I actually see the ship. I won't lie. It's not that I noticed the ship. There are 2 guard ships a good distance that way, in tandem, moving forward. I think the one past it, it's kind of a speck from here. It's, it's very small, hard to see, but I'm pretty sure they're over in that direction over there. Considering the distance between them, they're going to be encountering one another soon. I fear that your friends very likely will not survive this.
Go that way.
If we're going to go that way, they might be able to notice this one as well. If we're going to switch boats, perhaps now is sooner than later?
No, we will risk it. Companions first.
But if they
Always.
notice us, then they would also outnumber us.
I am smarter than all of the people on those boats put together.
They do certainly invest a lot into your education. All right, let's, he's like agrees, but he's not the one in charge here. So you guys start sailing in that direction. Doxy, would you like to roll the sailing check for the collective of you? So it'll just be a collective flat roll, 3d6.
Okay. I see 3, 4, 4. Oh, yeah. It fucking double. Okay.
So it's the
Um,
11
two.
is the first roll. Yeah.
Correct. So that's an average roll. So you guys do you want to affect that to be able to do better, or are you fine with that?
Boys.
Look, you know my stance on this. If we've got the
Yeah,
luck, we should use it.
Yeah, use it. Use it.
Well,
So-
it's 12.
By the time you guys are getting closer to get there, it's one of those things where it's like, Chris, I hate to report this to you, but the ship that they were on, it's heavily damaged. They're still in pursuit. There's some magical display that happened. I don't know if you saw it or not, but they're going to be destroyed very soon. I mean, they took a hard turn. We can continue trying to cut them off and catch up to it, but I really don't think they're gonna make it.
Keep your eye on the boat until there's confirmation of their deaths. We keep pursuing.
Okay. Should we set the course? This is the guard. Should we set the course to try to cut off? Because they're turning hard. We can change our direction slightly to cut the distance between us some.
Will that make us more visible?
Anything we do trying to approach them is going to make us more visible. Others are getting out of the way.
I'd like to stay behind them.
So, make up some of the distance, not all of it. I gotcha. And so, you guys continue to do that. Roll a sailing check. You press up, then enter. Doxy, on your keyboard, press up, then enter. Or up
That's
twice.
roll luck.
Up twice.
Fuck!
Did you want to use luck on that, or are you good?
Oh my god.
You guys are trying to get there, but it's one of those things where you can see it yourself because of the distance that you've covered. They, unfortunately, the guards caught up to it. They're literally boarding the ship as we speak. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you can see them jumping across the gap, grabbing, what is it called, like grappling hooks and throwing them and like swinging across there. They're boarding the ship. The ship is going to be taken. It's been heavily damaged, hit with a few more ballista bolts. It's unfortunately very heavily damaged.
Stay the course.
Yes, ma'am. And why don't we take a quick break? But before we do so, Doxy, you go ahead and roll me a perception check.
This is the one to luck. Just immediately, not even gonna. That's better. But we were very sneaky. So
We'll be right back.